Hello, I'm Marco from Barista, and today I'm very excited to talk you through the ECM Mechanika Max. Now, I'm just going to go right out and say it is one of my favourite machines. ECM, we've been selling their machines for over 15 years, and this is an incredible machine that I'm going to be delighted to take you through. Okay, so where do I even start with this amazing machine? First of all, it's a heat exchanger with a really quiet rotary pump. So you just want to hear this in operation. Heat exchanger allows you to brew and steam at the same time. Two different temperatures simultaneously, kind of like most big coffee shop machines. So there you have it. If you want cappuccinos, espresso, multiple or just a few in the morning, this machine is perfectly calibrated to do both temperatures as and when you need it. Okay, let's go in with some of the features that this machine has. Aesthetically, it has, again, rolled edges. The stainless steel is a beautiful gauge. The tray itself is on a glider, so it comes out lovely and easily. You have a room for your blanking disc and an extra steam tip, and it's all one solid chassis again here. And if we go a little bit further out, you can see that the whole machine itself is a beautiful mirror finished stainless steel. You've got chrome end Grand Crema handles that comes with the machine that matches again on the brew lever, and then also on the hot water and the steam tap assemblies. You've got these what I call joysticks. You can even feather touch it, or full power in any direction, and back into neutral. Really nice features on some of the ECM machines. Again, aesthetically, you've got the gauges at the top, which is good for they're more in eye level or eye view. And the machine, personally, I think is the perfect width to work with. Some machines, they can be a little bit narrow, but this machine, you've got a nice room to lift the brew lever and a good working space to make your coffees. So I have my handy tape measure as always, but it's really hard to see this and a comparison of size with other machines. This really is a lovely sized, small footprint rotary pump machine. Most rotary pump machines are very large. This feels just the perfect size. It's very compact to offer a rotary pump, and the width we're looking at roughly 275 mil. We have a depth of approximately 450 mil without the portafilter handle, and a height of approximately 405 mil. However, this grab rail can come off if you have a quite tight height restriction. This leads me to the reservoir tank. It looks like an ECM 3 litre, 2.9 litre, 3 litre reservoir tank. So plenty of capacity for fresh water there. And another thing with this machine, because it's a rotary pump, you won't be able to see it, but underneath you can plumb it in like a washing machine and have it connected that way. And it's really easy. The connections are at the back rear of the machine. Here is why I love this machine. You can use it as a simple heat exchanger where you wake up in the morning, you turn it on. Once it's ready for you, you can just brew and steam to your heart's content for these lovely joystick steam ones. But when you're ready, boy, this machine's got so many features, and there's 3 different advanced settings. I'm going to just cover the surface of what this machine's capable of, but I would suggest you use this machine, take it out of the box if you're considering buying it, make coffees from it for a month or 2, and then when you're ready you can dive into some of these advanced settings. So I'll quickly go through and give you a bit of a guide of this PID. Both button press, you're into temperature 1, which is how you can adjust your brew temperature. This is set to around about 92, 93 for medium roast. It's a good temperature for brew for espresso. You then have your steam, which you can set to 126 degrees, let's say. The max is 127, which is ample steam. Then we can go through, once that sets in, we can go through the rest of the menu. You've got a flush advisor, which I'll come on to. You've got your PID settings, you've got an eco mode, you've got a cleaning cycle, and what I want to kind of show you is here is this advanced user settings. Now, when you're more familiar with the machine, you can go into the advanced user settings, and this is where you have these 3 advanced modes of brew priority, somewhere in between, and steam priority. I'm going to turn this on, and when I've used this machine for just sitting in front of it for many days, I preferred the BC2, so the brew temperature guide. Here we go. You can turn it on. BC2, BC3. BC1 slowly ramps up and gives you more accuracy on the brew temperature. BC2 is somewhere in between, and if you want to make lots of espressos and cappuccinos, one after the other, let's say at a party or Christmas Day, BC3 is more the steam priority mode for you. So the machine will know with which mode you've set what you're aiming for. So you'll find out the mode that works. For me, BC2 is a little bit more accuracy on the brew temperature, and it sacrifices a little bit of steam. However, if you do need some extra boost in steam, it's got another feature on this machine, and I'd like to show you it here. So when you're making your espresso, and you know you're going to be making lots, when the espresso is extracting, if you press this button to the left, you noticed it went ST. It now means it's going to go into a steam boost mode. So again, even if you've got it in one of the other modes like brew priority or BC2, and you then decide, I want to just have lots of cappuccinos to make for a party or Christmas, I've just pushed it into the steam boost mode, and you'll see now this will top out at 1.5 bar. This machine is now ready to make cappuccino or latte after latte, and yeah, you can steam to your heart's content. Okay, accessory time. Exquisite ECM accessories as always. The drip tray goes here. Manual, which you'll need for the Mechanika Max, as it's a very sophisticated machine. You have a blanking disc, you have your beautiful Grand Crema handles, the double spout, the single, you have the group head brush, the iconic design group head brush, and a metal tamper. Because the machine's a rotary pump, you have the ability to pump it in, and you have your metal braided hose as well. So this machine is packed full of features, and I could probably do a whole video just on the PID settings. But the best way to probably describe how well this machine can work for you is if we just make a coffee. So, as we're organic coffee roasters, and it's this time of the year, Esther, our Q grader, has selected a Peru Geisha and a lovely Honduras for our Christmas blend. High cup scoring, all organic Arabica. So my recipe for this is going to be 2.5 to 1. So looking at 40-45 grams out, and I'm probably going to up the brew temperature a bit because it's a lighter roast. So on this machine, I'm going to adjust the T1. I'm just bumping it to maybe 94, maybe let's just try 95. Slightly higher brew temperature will give me a little bit more solubility of coffee, as it's a slightly lighter roast into the water. So that's all set, and within a few, maybe seconds, minutes, it's going to work up to that new target temperature for me. So I just start to make the coffee. Okay, so here I'm just going to get a few percent scales that we have in the showroom. I'm going to zero the handle. And I'm looking for roughly 18 grams on a Malconi. So just finished grinding, and let's just see what it is. Roughly 18 grams, that'll do for this demonstration. A nice Free Bomber WDT. It just knocks out any clumps. It's Supposedly gives a little bit more clarity and sweetness. To the extraction. And I've got a lovely set of these new Buku scales, which we are finding very good, very accurate. They're tiny as well, which really helps when you're doing extractions on a drip tray, and the height of them is really low profile as well. There's another option where you can pair this up with a Bluetooth module, and you can actually then have on an app. It predicts like the flow and the pressure, and yeah, it's a real clever little system. So look out for the Buku scales as well. So just going to zero the cup, and it's just crept to 97, so that should work its way down to my set point. It's going down to 96. You don't have to see that, but you've got that nice feedback there. 94, perfect where I wanted it. So I'm looking for approximately 40-45 out in 27 seconds. There's a nice 2.5 to 1 ratio. I'm going to be stopping around about 45. There we go. 25 seconds shot. I'm not that far off, but I'm hoping that extra brew temp and that slightly longer yield there will give me some results that I'm after. Oh, fruity and delicious. That's lovely. I probably want to tweak a little bit more, and I can with this machine. So yeah, that's in a nutshell how the Mechanika Max can really tailor espresso, and not really many other heat exchanger E61 machines have that ability. So I'm going to wrap up with this machine. How can I do that really? How can I give this the justice it deserves? Michael from ECM knew that they produced, the owner of ECM at Profit, knew they produced really good quality machines, and he also wanted an unrivaled PID technology. And the way the Mechanika Max does this compared to lots of other heat exchanger machines, it has an additional temperature probe here. So the water coming from the reservoir tank through that pipe and then out to the brew, to the E61, is a lot more accurate than most heat exchanger machines. So you have the beauty of fresh water coming from the res tank through that pipe and out, and accurately set to where you want it to be for your espresso. So if you want this machine to be more espresso priority, it can do that. If you want something in between, it has a versatility with a steam boost, you can do that. Or if you just want a machine that just makes really frothy coffee whenever you want, it can do that. It's all in the beautiful mirror finished package that it is. It's a classic look, the stainless steel, it's very understated. I would happily have that on my kitchen counter, and the size and the rotary pump, everything it offers is really hard to beat for the money. I've yet to see an E61 heat exchanger with this amount of options to give you, the user at home, to tweak your coffees. So all in all, it's a fantastic machine at 1899 that allows you to either plug it in or use it on the reservoir tank. And if you pair this up with any good grinder, you will produce knockout shots at home. Okay, so if you like this video and you'd like to see more, please remember to subscribe to our channel and also like this. And any comments that you might have, please drop them below and we'll try and get back to you. There probably is a lot of questions with the Mechanika Max because it is packed full. So please call us or email us and we can go through any questions you have. Cheers.